W.D. Muhammad revealed the secret and the power of words on the subconscious in an April 1975 lecture in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He says, and I quote, "What do we mean by language? Look at the number 1 and the number 2. You may not call these words, but in God's wisdom, I am writing words. Those numbers are seen as words even in the wisdom of the wise of this world. A word is that which brings a message to your mind. Everything that I am doing is bringing a message to your mind. You don't call these words, but they are. What you are doing now is getting words. When the baby comes from the mother, the eyes open and the baby sees something when their eyes are open. Without a word being spoken to the child has received my words. The images that the child sees are words going into the mind of the child. Everything in your environment is words speaking to your mind, forming you in the body. The books you read, the language of your parents, the talk you heard in the home, the words you heard in the streets, the physical things that you looked at and thought about. The physical things that you looked at and didn't think about are all words. All these things have acted as words, gone into your mind, formed you, and they are forming you for as long as you live in this world. The process of making or forming human beings never stops. It goes on all the time. If you don't want yourself to be created in ill, weak, bad, or other disease form, you have to get wise in the language of the environment and start selecting things that you want to go into your mind. And that was a quote from a lecture that W.D. Muhammad, may he be granted the highest level of paradise. That was a lecture. That's an excerpt from a lecture he gave April 1975 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, from a lecture entitled "Remake the World." So, and all it's like the best, the first world that you as an individual, man and woman, should strive to remake is your own world. Once you remake your own world, then you strive to remake the world around you. So in order to remake your own personal world, you have to be selective of what you allow into your mind. You have to know that you control the key to what goes into your mind. You are the ones who control the key to that door. So don't unlock the door of your mind for just anything. Be selective of what you allow into your mind. Now, Mr. Muhammad also said on June the 20th, 1975, he said in a lecture, and I quote, "You should become men and women who seek truth and knowledge instead of material toys. If a man has wisdom, he does not worry about and crave for the glitter of the dream world. If you take everything he has and leave him physically naked, pretty soon he will have more clothes, another car, and another home. His wealth is not on his finger or on his physical body. His wealth is inside the real body, the divine body. It is the forces of nature in the physical body that manifest urges or desires. If your mind cannot handle these urges, the urges grow in power to overcome you. God made us as mind, as intellect, and as divine beings to be ruling the world. He tells us in the Bible and the Holy Quran to subdue and conquer everything in the heavens, everything in the earth, and everything that is in ourselves." Now, W.D. Muhammad also stated in a book called The Teacher W.D. Muhammad, which was first in print in the 1970s. And in that book, The Teachings of W.D. Muhammad, he states, and I quote, "The human life has a human nature whose eye opens to the world and says, I must make my own world from the creation given to me by the Creator. Every creature makes its world. The divine supreme being gives it a supreme power and all the materials needed for making its world. But he, meaning the human being himself, is not, but he, meaning God, is not going to make it for you. He gives you the nature and the mind, and he opens your eyes to his great doing. Then he challenges you by telling you to make your own. So we have to make our own world. But the Creator gives us the tools and the materials necessary to make our world. But we are responsible for making our own world.